Where does the four-wheel underground suspension shine more? Creeping, crawling on the Rubicon, or going crazy fast out on Johnson Valley desert floor?
Yeah, good question. It honestly does great in both scenarios. Whether I'm going through the Rubicon or doing 50 to 60 miles an hour through washes at Johnson Valley, it's really impressive what the suspension does. I think that goes a lot to show how well it's engineered, how well the roll center is controlled, and how well the geometry all goes together. No matter what I'm doing, I feel stable. I feel predictable. It's fantastic.
That makes a lot of sense because they are designed to be great on and off road.
That's true. I do drive the rig to and from the trails as well. And I noticed on tight, windy mountain roads, I don't feel like I'm throwing the body off the chassis anymore. I just have one question.
What's that?
When are we putting some four-wheel underground parts underneath Samantha?
Soon. Very soon, and I'm excited to do so. And if you are looking to move your vehicle from leaf springs to a linked suspension kit, make sure to check out fourwheelunderground.com.
Hey, Jimmy, do you use any mapping software when you go off-roading?
Yeah, I use Onyx Off-Road.
Oh, nice. I do too. Have you been seeing the updates they've been sending out recently?
Yeah, the maps are changing. They're getting rid of that green spaghetti, and they're changing it up to something a little bit more colorful.
Yeah, as much as I love the neon spaghetti that was on there, they're actually making a really cool update that's going to make all the trails colored based on difficulty ratings, which makes it easier to explore the trails around you.
Yeah, I know how much you love the neon green, but I think this is a good feature for them because now not only can you find a trail near you, but you can actually get an idea of its difficulty.
It is. It's a really nice change. That's one of the reasons why I like Onyx Off-Road, and I've been enjoying using them, is they're always looking for ways to make the app better. They're always rolling out updates, which all of them just makes things easier for when you're going out and exploring the trails around you.
So if you want to go out and explore and find trails near you, make sure to download the app Onyx Off-Road. Welcome all to the SnailTrail4x4 podcast. If you like going off-roading in Toyotas, renting on Toyotas, camping in Toyotas, and maybe even poking no fun at Toyotas and all the fun at Rovers, then this may or may not be the podcast for you. That's right, ladies and gents. My name is Tyler, and joining me for another episode of the SnailTrail4x4 podcast is Mr. Forerunner Powered. Just kidding. I don't think I could say that. That might be trademarked. Is Mr. Forerunner Lover, Jimmy Jet. How are you doing, man? You don't think that one's trademarked either? I'm well.
Forerunner Lover?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's my new Instagram handle, though.
Yeah?
Yep.
I got one of the Juans gave me this shirt.
Juan of the Juans?
Yeah. They're good. They're good shirts. They're comfy.
Yeah, nice.
I like their Tacoma powered one, too. It's. I mean, I'm sure it's the same brand shirt, but they're comfy shirts.
Nice. Yeah. I don't think I have any of their shirts.
No. Not even this one?
I know I don't have that one.
Yeah.
Because you're wearing that one.
Well, that's true.
How can I have it if you're wearing it?
But I would assumed you would have had a Forerunner powered version.
Nope.
Not the Tacoma powered one.
Juans don't love me.
I should only have the Tacoma powered one, not a Forerunner one.
I know why they don't like me.
So you're taller than them?
Exactly. Yeah, you're the same height. So. How'd you know that? How'd you know I was going to go that way?
Lucky guess.
I'm actually very impressed you figured that out. Anyways.
It's always a height thing with you.
I know. I'm only 5'16". Calm down.
Yeah.
So anyways, we are here. It's a Thursday episode.
Yes, it is.
Which means we have some fun things to talk about.
Like Jim's month.
Oh, that's right. It is Jim's month, huh?
Woo!
I may have forgotten your present.
I figured. Well, we're kind of, it was a different schedule today.
Just kidding. I have it here.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's in my pants. You gotta go find it. Sorry.
I'll pass.
I'm facetious today because we had lunch.
Oh.
And I like food. I like my burritos.
Okay.
Not like that. Get your head out of the gutter.
I don't know where you're going with this.
Yeah, what's today? We got Thursday.
Yes, it is.
So
I've
been up to some stuff for the weekend.
Yeah?
I got to finally put my hands back on Kermit.
Ooh.
Which was exciting. I got a little excited.
Okay.
And then I got to play with Charlie.
Yeah, who's Charlie?
Charlie, my chainsaw.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, it's Charlie.
You messaged that. It's like I played with Kermit and Charlie, and I'm like, is that
The
the
neighbor's
Bronco?
dog? What do you
like?
do?
What's the?
I like alliteration.
Yeah.
So like the Bronco, I think the wife named it BB. BB the Bronco.
Oh, okay. So you have BB, you have Tiny Tim, Kermit.
Tiny Tim. Kermit doesn't really fit. That was just something I tried to give the name to the Forerunner, so it didn't stick with me.
Yeah, right.
So Charlie the Chainsaw, Rudy the Roomba.
Yeah. Reed the child.
Reed, yeah, the
Reed the rule breaker.
that's a good one. He's getting feisty lately.
Rambunctious Reed.
Rambunctious Reed, that's where it is. Yeah. Oh, by the way, we had a listener message me about a dog water bowl.
Oh.
That doesn't it's hard to tip over,
Okay.
non-skid, and then it also has like a top to it.
Oh. So how's the dog get to it?
It's an interesting top. So the top is a lip over the top that comes in about an inch all the way around it.
Got it.
It's about a 12-inch diameter. And then in the center, it's open, and there's a floating lid in the water.
Oh.
So the lid in
like
the water floats on top of the water, and then there's a divot in the very center where a little bit of water can come up through the lid.
Sure. So the dog can get their drink there.
Yep.
But if it tips over, then the lid will close.
You'll still get water coming out of the center part, but it doesn't tip over as well.
Sure.
But B, the big thing is that the kid can't just slam down in the water, and it's mainly designed for dogs that have a drinking problem where they get water everywhere, right?
Okay.
It makes them drink slower, kind of like a slow feeding bowl for dogs. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a slow watering bowl for dogs, but it also apparently works really well for babies.
Oh.
So haven't needed to pull the dog water off of the floor and put it up on the table anymore.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah.
Oh, so
I ended up getting one. It's way better than our regular open top dog bowl for the baby.
I need. You might have one of these, so I might need to ask you some questions about it. But I need
a third nipple.
I got you have one of those?
Maybe I do actually.
Yeah. TMI session on SnailTrail4x4. I need a better way to water the cat, or give the cat water.
Okay, just use a hose, spray it down.
Right. So our cat likes drinking water that's moving, and we've
from sinks, faucets,
got in the habit of like slowly cracking a sink.
Yep.
But I've told my entire family, like, if you're going to do this, you need to stay in that room.
Turn the sink off.
And turn the sink off. And the other day,
otherwise our tank overflows.
Yes. Yeah, we have a very slow feeding septic tank right now.
Yeah.
And it might not work if you just let the water run the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it happened the other day. Someone was leaving it running, and I said, what are we doing? Like, we can't do this. And so I think I need to get one of those like continuously flowing water feeders. Don't you have one?
Yep.
Does it work?
Yeah, it works great. The cats love it.
Right.
It's called Pet Libro.
Pet Libro.
Yep, Pet Libro drinking fountain. I want to say it's like $30 or $40. It's actually fairly achievable for how much the cats love it, and we don't have to leave the sinks running anymore. It's well worth the $30 or $40.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get one of those. And that'll solve a lot done
I think it would. Yeah. Especially with your septic tank issues.
Yeah. Which no update there.
Yeah.
I haven't done anything, but I need to this week. We're gonna have some friends over on Veterans Day on Monday.
Just put a bucket down next to the toilet and be like, put a sign on the toilet, off limits.
No, well, it's more so that the assistant wants the hole filled.
Oh.
So
gotcha.
I need to start working on it and start filling in the hole so that we have a patch of mud, dirt, and instead of a pile of it on the side.
Yeah. Gotcha. All right.
Yeah. So, but that's still all in the works for the most part.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are in November.
Yeah.
So it is Jim's month.
It is indeed.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
Before we get to that, we just gotta remind everybody about the giveaways, because we love giving shit away on this podcast. We haven't done the FNGs and birthdays yet. We'll probably do that for next week, in which case we'll have 2 wieners for the gift boxes.
Yes,
for
we will.
We have 2 extra gift boxes that we have for people. And we've been through what they are, so hopefully you guys know what they are, and you're looking forward to grabbing a Snail Trail slate. Ooh, we could probably put those back in and add Lee Hill and Snail Hill to them.
That would be fun. Yeah. They would
Might
get
find a way to do
these
that.
two winners would get the extra special ones.
Yeah, exactly. We might do that. We'll take a look at that, see how much time left we have today. But we have those 2 gift boxes, so we'll get to those next week.
Yeah, we got all week to figure it out.
I know, true. In the meantime, though, since we are in November now, we have a new giveaway going on this month with Durabumps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic bump stop company that is pushing the limits of rubberized bump stops.
Yeah, and I honestly, well, I don't know. My personal opinion on rubber bump stops was kind of like snub-nosed, turn my head at them, they're for peasants kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sold on them right now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, they're an interesting thing. You guys will hear more about them on Monday with our interview. But yeah, we recorded with them actually before this episode, and it's sort of swayed both Tyler and my minds with what they have going on and the cool new advantages that are kind of being brought to the table.
Yeah. Not going to lie. When we first were talking about doing an interview with Durabumps, my first thought was, oh, like Lee's Kongs? Can we just interview Kong instead? But it's not. It is something totally different. I think the one that we were that mimics the Kongs is a different company. I think we talk about it in the interview. So Durabumps is actually doing some really cool stuff, really innovative, clever things with different durometer rubbers.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, absolutely. So we've got a set of front and rear bump stops for a lucky winner out there for this month's giveaway. So you need to go over to iRate4x4, sign up on the Snail Trail 4x4 giveaway tier. And which reminds me, I need to make sure with Austin that we have our gift box tier closed.
Oh, yeah.
I'll put that on my to-do list. Anyways, sign up for the giveaway tier, and you will be eligible to win a set of Duro bumps, front and rear, for your vehicle.
Yeah.
Along with the giveaway, we are doing a discount code for the month. We have this only this month. At the end of this month, it ends. So that I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's just Snail Trail 4x4. But I will put a link or down in the show notes or some information down in the show notes about the giveaway or a discount tier there. And so you can just jump on over to the Durabumps website and use that your checkout if you don't want to wait till the end of the month and you want to see if you didn't win. There's only one winner available.
Yeah.
So that means 99 of you are going to lose.
Yeah.
So all 99 of you need to go over to Durabumps and use this discount code.
Well, anybody can use the discount code. It's not just limited to our giveaway tier. So it's think of it like a group buy for the month, except we don't have to process all the orders. We can just give you the discount code, and you can go get some pretty awesome bump stops. So.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure what the percentage is, and at this point in time, I don't actually know what the code is. But we are working with Curtis over at Durabumps to get that information as fast as we can.
Yep.
We're trying to get it before this episode, but didn't work out.
Nope. Let's see. What else do we got going on? We got Yokohama tires and some Onyx Elite membership to give away. So that's with the Apple Podcast reviews. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, and you get entered automatically for our giveaways that we do there. So our next giveaway is going to be once we reach 700 reviews. That's for a swag pack and a 1-year Onyx Elite membership. And then once we reach 750 reviews, we have a full set 4 tires from Yokohama Tires in order to give away. So
absolutely.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff we got going on.
Excellent stuff. So appreciate it. Thank you, everybody who's donating things.
Yep. Let's see. What else? Jimmy's pushing buttons over here, distracting me.
Yes.
Anything else we got before we take a break here and then get into what we've been up to?
I don't think so. I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, holiday season's coming up. Get ready for our gift giving guide. Probably Monday. Typically we do it the Monday before Thanksgiving.
Yep.
I think is our game plan there. I think we had Benji on last time. Maybe we'll try to get another celebrity person or podcast person, or
Have we done one with Lee Lim in a while?
I don't know.
It'd be fun
Have
to get
we
back
done
together.
one with Lee Lim ever?
I thought we did one with him.
Was the very first one?
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, we might. Lee might be a good candidate
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay.
If Lee's interested, reach out, Lee.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna wait for you to reach out.
See how far behind he is on podcasts?
Yeah. It better be before, if you want in on it. It better be before Thanksgiving.
Right. Cool, man. Good stuff. Keep open your ears for holiday stuff. There's a lot of really cool things happening, I think, this holiday season. So hopefully everybody got to go out and vote. So I did. Yay. Good job.
Yay.
Hopefully you all got out there too, because if you didn't vote, then you don't get to bitch and complain later.
Absolutely.
So Jimmy and I have reserved our right to bitch and complain.
Yes,
so
we
that's
have.
what we've done.
And I did have a few listeners reach out with some more information about the Electoral College, which was pretty
cool.
And also, I haven't made it through. I said I wasn't really going to talk about this, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Do it.
Radio Lab, another podcast out there, did a segment on the Electoral College. It's called the false vote or the fake vote or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was only a few episodes ago. So if you go to Radio Lab, just scroll back and look for the false vote or the unknown vote or something like that.
Okay.
And I haven't finished the episode, but so far it's getting to the Electoral College part, and I think it's going to be very informative. So I'm looking forward to that one.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. I think that's it. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, let's get over. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right on back with how our weekends went.
The Four Wheel Underground website just got an upgrade. Come on by and check out the new functionality, new photos, and new pricing. Finally works on mobile too. Visit fourwheelunderground.com and find your new suspension today.
Oh, welcome back, ladies and gentle ladies. This is Thursday's how we've been, what we've been up to.
Yeah.
Before we get into that,
Okay.
you had a birthday this weekend,
I did.
and you turned
44.
21 finally.
It was my 23rd anniversary of 21.
Oh, nice! Look at you.
Yeah. Math.
That makes it. Is it? Yeah, I guess that's works. Well, in light of your 23rd anniversary of your 21st birthday,
Yes.
I got you some 21st birthday stuff.
Yay. Proof syrups?
Look at the bag.
Oh. Hinter House?
Uh-huh.
Ooh. Ooh. Is there still something in there?
There's still something in there.
Okay. Hold on. Hinterhaus Distillery, Calaveras Cast Strength Single Barrel Reserve.
Yeah.
Bourbon, straight bourbon whiskey finished in wine barrels. I like it.
So that stuff was very tasty.
Okay.
We got to try some of it while we were there, and it's magnificent. And I'm not typically a big whiskey bourbon by itself kind of drinker, right?
And two small things.
That's what she said.
Chill without dueling.
Without dueling?
What does it say on the back there?
I
What
don't know.
is this?
I didn't read the packaging.
What is it?
They're essentially whiskey stones.
Oh. Okay.
Chill without diluting.
Oh, diluting.
Yep.
That's what.
So the instructions
Got
are
it. Okay.
Store in freezer, place in a 2-ounce pour. It's a whiskey disc.
Yeah.
It's a ceramic, odorless, and flavorless. So it's essentially a ceramic whiskey stone, but instead of a stone, it's a ceramic. So you don't dilute your whiskey with ice.
Yeah. I get it. Sometimes it's good to do that, though.
Yeah, I agree.
I should have brought you a bottle of wine. I forgot.
Yeah.
But I'll talk about that in a bit.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah. It has a very red wine scent to it.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
How many glugs did you just get out of that? Like 7 or 8?
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good.
Yep.
Wow. It's a small neck.
It's a, yeah.
That's why I glug.
Yeah.
No, that's super tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Yum.
So now you can go to Hinner House and be like, I had your single barrel cask.
Yeah. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to drink for a little bit, but I think you just changed my mind and forced
Well, you
my
have
hand.
to for your 23rd anniversary of your 21st birthday.
Well, I did go out drinking, but
okay.
now I'm on my recovery stage.
Gotcha. Did you bring a cherry pill today?
Not with me, but I have been taking them morning and night. So.
Jeez. So, anyways, happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you very much. And yeah, thanks for all the birthday wishes and messages, everybody out there. That was really cool of you guys. And yeah, I like this. This is very good.
Good.
I need to go there. I still really want to go there.
It's a really neat place.
Yeah.
The people are awesome. That's what makes it. It's a really tiny place.
I'm sure.
But the people are fantastic.
Cool.
So.
The finish on that's very wine-esque.
Mm-hmm.
It's really nice. Wow. That's delicious.
So,
Did you want some?
I mean,
Should
kind of. I don't.
Should we go get cups? Don't we have glasses in the fridge right there?
We do on top of the fridge, yeah. I think there's SnailTrail glasses.
We got whiskey in our glasses,
We do have some.
just
in our
like
glasses?
Metallica.
Mm-hmm. Good call. Yeah.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
You can definitely taste the wine on it for sure.
Oh, yeah.
The wine barrel. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even look at we went out to go get the glasses, and MF or Ryan happened to be there right at that second as we opened the door. But so he looked at the percentage, 59.5,
Ooh.
119 proof.
Yeah. Old Elk is what, 45 to 48 typically?
Yeah, something there. So this is definitely on the upper end. It's I would say most sort of standard traditional kind of bourbons, whiskeys are in the 40-ish range.
Mm-hmm.
This one's a little hot.
Yep.
But it's definitely tasty.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to try it with a rock or just a little bit of water.
Just to cut it a tiny
cut it
bit.
a
Just get rid of
little
the
bit.
heat.
Yeah, see
I
how
want
it ends
more
up.
of that rich flavor because it has more flavor in it than I think any other whiskey I've had before. Granted, I haven't had a lot, but yeah, it's tasty.
Yeah, it's super good. There's a lot of complex things going on there, and the wine barrel at the end definitely, as the flavor lingers, it's definitely more wine-esque. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Let's see.
Thank you, by the way, if I didn't say it earlier. Thank you.
You
Appreciate
are
it.
welcome. What else do we got in the docket for today? I guess what we've been up to this weekend, huh?
Yeah, for the most part, we've got a few things kind of going on. I mean, for me, there was Halloween.
Yeah.
I had
Fair.
we had the mini assistant, so we took her out trick or treating, so that was fun. And then I went wine tasting again this last weekend, 2 weekends in a row wine tasting. But we went out to our Fair Play kind of general area for their Harvest Festival, and that was sort of a birthday thing. And one of my friends, Joe, and his wife Sarah came along.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I did in a gist. But I mean, do you want me to go into details?
I had a question just now. I don't remember what it was now.
Okay,
I blanked.
sure.
Did you get to make any headway on Samantha?
No.
Oh.
No, nothing. I do my goal. Well, a little bit. I know that the axle's been ordered.
Oh,
so that should be on its way. Brian and I have made some. We've talked, and I know that I'm getting the skid plate. I'm getting the cross members set up or the things needed to attach the skid plate to the brackets that I have. And we're going to be swapping out the axle parts because the diameter of the Diamond axle is bigger than the diameter of the
tubes.
Toyotas. Yep.
Yeah.
So I need to swap out all those things. So I know that those are have been processed and probably shipped, hopefully. Well, at least the four-wheel underground's probably shipped. No idea yet to when the diamond axle is going to be heading my way.
Okay.
That said, I do want to try and get down to Rancho Cordova this week and buy the rear axle.
Oh, the T100 axle? Did you find one at the Rancho Cordova?
Yeah, I used that car-parts.com thing, and I just put in the year, make, and model, and what I was looking for, and it pops up with ones closest to you by distance, as I had it organized. And then I scrolled down looking at prices, and there was one at like the local wreckers here in Rancho Cordova area that was a really good price. And so I called them, and they're like, yeah, we got it. And I said, okay, well, I'll, and they're like, when are you coming by? I'm like, I don't know yet. I'll get back to you. Just wanted to make sure you had it, kind of a thing. They're like, okay, well, call us, so I'm going to hopefully pick that up this week.
Nice.
So I figured I was kind of in this like, oh, I can't start yet. I don't have all the parts. I don't have anything. My mind was just so ingrained, and I need to start with the front and work my way backwards, that I didn't think about like, well, I can actually get the rear axle right now, and I can start working on the rear axle. So
are all the brackets the same for the T100 axle versus the Toyota axle?
I would assume so.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think the diameter of the, is any different.
The housing on
housing on it.
Because they're still using an 8-inch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah. So, yeah, you could probably start setting up and getting the rear end all done.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to start that. The only downside to that, I'm not sure. I'm going to try the trail gear rear disc conversion on it. I don't know if it'll work or not, though, because it's not made for that axle. It's made for the mini truck one. But I'm also on the fence of like, well, it sounds like it's almost identical. It's just wider.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll work.
If they use the same flanges on the ends of the axle housing, then the tubes, it should work just fine.
Yeah, I think so. So I'm going to try it. We'll see if it works. It'll be news to everybody.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out as we go. But I can definitely put on the truss that Brian at Four Wheel Underground offers for the 4-link kit, and then maybe the brackets as well on the outsides, and get that ball rolling and cut the part out for the E-locker.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah. So there's definitely some work that needs to be done on this axle housing that before I can move forward.
Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. I'm excited to hear that is all in motion.
Yeah.
And that you'll be able to pick up the T100 axle and start making some work on it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'm excited to do so. I also need to order I need to order the axle shafts.
Oh, yeah.
Still. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna go about that, whether I'm contacting RCV or
could be RCV
or looking into trail gear stuff. I'm gonna look into my options there.
Yeah.
And I've only very basically looked at the difference between chromoly and 300M.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, it doesn't look like the price is worth it.
To go to 300M?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. It seems like it's like 10% stronger for like 25 or 30% more money.
Yeah. Well, our 300M is a harder material.
Yes.
So
but it's more brittle.
But it's more brittle, right? That's the issue, is that it can't take shock loading as well as chromoly.
Yes.
But it'll take low torque better than chromoly.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, you're running a 22RE, you're not going to break either one. So just go chromoly.
Yeah.
You're not going to have enough power to, I think, break your axle shafts.
Yeah.
So,
I've twisted Toyota axle shafts.
You've twisted the splines.
The splines on a rear axle.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah.
And that's torque.
That's torque. Yeah.
And so to me, it seems like I should have chromoly.
Well, you would want the 300M then. 300M will handle torque better. Chromoly will handle shock loading a little bit better.
Okay. I need to do more digging. Yeah. I don't know. If anybody has 2 cents on this matter, please let me know.
Yeah.
But for me, at the current point in time, with the very limited research I've done, it doesn't seem like it's worth the money.
Yeah.
That's where I'm sitting. It's like, like I said, 10% stronger for 30% more money.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that's worth it.
Yeah.
So
plus, you're not going to be able to run stock Tundra shafts. I mean, because you're going to run a full float setup
in the front,
in the rear.
In the rear, I'm just running the T100 axles.
Sorry, the T1. I meant this. What I meant. But they're going to be full float.
No.
I thought you were doing a full float and disc brake. You're just doing disc brake then?
Just disc brake.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So, and I'm not even considering, for the most part, I'm not considering getting chromoly shafts in the rear right now.
Gotcha.
I'm not using chromoly shafts in the rear Bobcat.
Yeah.
Mine are still stock shafts.
Yeah.
And I haven't had any problems with them.
Mm-hmm.
The problem comes with the front when you start turning.
Mm-hmm.
Like if everything's straight, I mean, they're pretty strong.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're no Dana 60 or, Spider Tracks or any big ass axle thing. But what are they? They're like 1.15 diameter axle shaft
in the rear.
But I
front?
think. Oh, I was thinking. Well, I only know front. I was assuming the rear was the same.
Fronts are a little bit over 1 1/4. 1 1/4 is pretty much Dana 44.
Okay.
I believe the Toyota ones are 1.3.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I assumed the rear was the same.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong about that.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'm saying, I haven't I've spun the splines once in my off-roading career on stock axle shafts in the rear. So I'm at the current point in time, I'm planning on just running stock axle shafts from the T100.
Cool. Sounds good.
Yep.
I like it. Sounds like a plan. It's coming together.
Yeah, hopefully sooner than later.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. And I think on the flip side of that is if I do have to order any of the shafts, that's going to be sort of a long lead time. But I don't necessarily need the shafts to get the ball rolling. Yeah, like I can put the whole axle together without shafts.
Yeah.
And test everything and, put the knuckles on and absolutely everything to see how it works.
Yeah.
So the axle shafts are maybe an item that I'm going to have to get eventually, but they're not a necessity item to get the ball rolling.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even need front shafts to drive it around.
That's true.
You can just drive it around until you get the front shafts in. And
then 100%.
Do a Baja pre-runner.
Yeah. I'll just hit it all in two-wheel drive.
There you go.
For sure.
Cool, man. Good stuff.
Yeah. Thank you. Sarah and Ryan came over the other day and dropped off a bunch of 3/8 plate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I now have like an insane amount of plate. So I'll be able to build a legit skid plate for the gas tank. So I'm excited about that. I might change my ideas about my welding table.
Mm-hmm.
I do have the 5/8 plate that I was going to use. That's roughly 2x3. And he brought over some plates that are bigger than that. So I'm kind of like, well, so what is that? 2/8, a quarter of an inch bigger. Is that necessary? Should I stick with the 5/8? Should I just do the 3/8? I don't know.
I would stick with 5/8 over 3/8 for a welding table.
I'm leaning that way.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking about doing. It's already sort of all laid out for that style, that size. So that's the way I'm leaning, but I'm kind of like, I'm not really on the fence, but I was thinking about it. Like, I got these other plates, and one's a little bigger. Like, maybe I should use that.
Yeah.
But that was really cool. I'll just keep going. Halloween was fun. We took the mini assistant over to our old housing area, let her hang out with her friends. We met at one of the dad's house or one of the her friend's parents' house over there, and we all went out trick-or-treating. The assistant and I dressed up like skeletons. The mini assistant was an angel. And then there was a whole bunch of skeletons out. I don't know if it was like the year of skeletons or what, but there was, I don't know. Or I didn't notice it ever before, but since I was a skeleton this year, I started noticing more skeletons. But there was a lot of skeletons out. There was so the assistant and I dressed up, and then even another couple in our group were skeletons. So that was pretty funny. Her area that we used to live in, it's a lot of fun. A lot of families out there, a lot of kids in the neighborhood. There's even a court out there that just goes bonkers on Halloween. Lots of decorations, lights, fun stuff out there. And there was one house that was candy for the kids, Jell-O shots for the adults. And then the house next to it is candy for the kids, a beer for the adults. The next house from that was candy for the kids and a whiskey shot for the adults. So that we definitely enjoy going to that side of the town for sure. It was a lot of fun. The mini assistant was all jacked up on candy when we got home and was in a very emotional mood. I don't know if that's like a normal candy sugar high thing, but it was sort of a first for her. So it was lots of fun until we had to leave, and then it sort of all went downhill from there. It just wasn't, afterwards wasn't as much fun. Eventually we got her to bed, and the assistant and I were able to decompress a little and had a few drinks and relaxed, and we took ourselves to bed as well. That was Thursday. The assistant took Friday off from teaching. The mini assistant had Friday off from school. And we celebrated my birthday that day with the families. That was the only time everybody had school off. My nephew had school off. My sister-in-law is in the academic career as well, and she didn't have school, and then my brother didn't have any work that day, and my parents are retired. So we all sort of got together at noon that day, hung out, did some birthday stuff. I got some good stuff. I'm slowly getting back into mountain biking.
Okay.
I've loved biking my entire life, and done lots of stupid, crazy things on bikes, and broke my collarbone on a mountain bike at North Star like everybody does, and yeah, so I got a gift certificate to a local bike place because I need to fix one of my bikes up so I can go riding some more, because it's a single speed and I want more gears.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. And to get that going, I also have a bike I'm going to donate to them just because it's a waste. So, and you can bring them old bikes and they'll freshen them up and then donate them to people that need them.
Oh,
so
cool.
That's really cool. Yeah. And what else did I get? I got some levels. I asked for some levels. So I got like a 2-foot level and a 4-foot level.
Okay.
Super stoked on that. I got a bottle of whiskey from my brother and from Tyler. Thank you. And what? I don't even remember. Oh, my parents paid for a photo that I got of Antarctica.
Oh.
So I've got this like 20 by 28 photo framed, and I'm going to put it up in my office.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's of some penguins.
Yeah.
And so that's what they got me. So I'll get that up on the office here soon.
Was it done on canvas or?
Nice photo paper.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was a photo that Aiden took. Aiden is the one that has that Troopy or the Land 79 Series Land Cruiser.
Yeah.
And I helped him with his Dobinson suspension upgrade a few months ago. And I didn't ask for any money, but as a thank you, he was just like, "Hey, you want a photo of Antarctica?"
Nice.
And I was like, "Yeah, that'd be perfect. I would love one of those in my office." So he printed it up for me and he sent it to me in a tube, and then I just had it framed.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that'll be fun, and I'm going to put my Antarctic polar plunge thing next to it. So it'll be cool.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was Friday. Pretty low key. We did have to give up the mini assistant for the weekend. So we dropped her off. I played some Minecraft, and yeah, that was that.
Nice.
And then that weekend, we went out to the Fair Play Harvest Festival.
Okay.
We did the Saturday event. It's a Saturday and Sunday event, but we only went for one day. My friends Joe and Sarah came up from the Bay Area, and we all kind of hung out. We ended up making it to 6 wineries.
Jeez.
We had a DD. Sarah drove us around.
Okay.
But yeah, 6 wineries. By the time we got to we got to winery 4. First winery we went to, how about that, was Element 79. It was great. We haven't been there before. Almost all of them we haven't been to before. So it was a lot of fun. We enjoyed it. We want to try more of those wines because they were only giving us a sample of 4. But the Harvest Festival is fun because they give you a small sample at the winery and they provide food at every spot, like a pairing. Mm-hmm. So you're not going hungry during the event. And that probably is why we were able to make it to so many wineries. I don't know. But it was very good, very tasty. And that's where I meant to buy or bring you a bottle of we got a white wine. It was a Chardonnay, which I know, I don't think you're normally a white wine drinker, and I'm not, but it was from 2021.
Okay.
The Caldor Fire.
Oh, a Chardonnay from the Caldor Fire.
Super smoky.
No shit.
Super smoky.
A smoky Chardonnay.
So good.
I'm excited. Okay.
I told the assistant, I'm like, I think I want to buy a bottle of this for Tyler. And she's like, I was thinking the same thing, but not for Tyler. And I was like, okay, so maybe we should get a few bottles for us, and I'll just give one of the bottles to Tyler. And I was like, so like 4 bottles? And she's like, well, I think if we bought 4 bottles, that's almost the price of a case. I'm like, no, like, get your mind out of the gutter. Like, there's no way.
You're a third of the way there. It's almost there, Jimmy. Come on.
I'm like, not happening. And then we started talking, just in a group, and there was an older gentleman there that I knew, who's in bonsai. And so I got up and I went to go say hi to him and his wife. And they were on a bonsai nursery in Lotus area.
Okay.
Somewhat, I'm assuming, over by your family.
Yeah.
And when I left to go say hi to them, the assistant got up and went and bought a case of wine. So I'll next weekend or next episode, next Thursday, I'll bring a bottle of white wine down for you.
I'm excited. So that means 2021 wines, whites, are starting to come out. The good ones are that have been aged a little bit longer. I know a lot of whites are 1 to 2 year aged.
Yeah, so in another year or two,
we'll have the reds.
Reds will be coming out.
For people that didn't insurance all their Caldor Fire wine.
So it'll be really interesting. It'll be a fun time. Yeah, it's a very different. It literally tasted like smoky apple juice. Yeah, it was a completely different wine than I've ever really had before, and it's a Chardonnay.
Yeah,
and I was like, what? Like, no, this is an apple cider. Like, it's not a grape.
Interesting.
Yeah, very tasty. So we got a bottle there, and then we went to Shadow Ranch, or we got a case there. Then we went to Shadow Ranch, which we're members of. They sell to Costco, and they are known for their Sheriff. So if you're at Costco, there's a bottle there called Sheriff. They make it. That's their lower end brand. Okay. Then they have their estate brand called Shadow Ranch.
Okay.
And so we're on the estate stuff, but then we always buy a case of Sheriff when we're there, because the member price is like $120 or $130 or something like that for the case of Sheriff.
Jeez.
It's like $11 a bottle or whatever it is, sold. And then at Costco, it's like 20 something.
Okay.
But it's a fantastic bottle of wine. If you see it at the store, you like red wine, grab it.
Nice.
I think it's just a blend. I'm not sure what grapes it is. So we got 2 cases there, pretty much. We got 8 bottles from our pickup, and we got a case of Sheriff. And then we went to all wineries that we've never been to before. We went to this place called Saludi.
Okay.
It was up off of Grizzly Flats Road, and it was good wine. But it was a fantastic venue, good wine, but we didn't really like it. Nothing jumped out at us. And then we went to a place called Busby.
Okay.
And they had like 8 different wines to sample. 2 ports. They have an aged port that's I got on their mailing list to wait for this aged port to come out because they were like, it's releasing soon. And so I was like, I want this.
Yeah.
So we went there, did a bunch of sampling. That place was kind of funny because the people serving were from Roseville, and the guy that was doing the food went to Del Oro High School like I did.
Oh,
yeah. So I was like, that's kind of funny. So we had a lot of stuff to talk about, just past and local areas. The next place we went to is a place called Cantiga. We did not like the wine very much, but we appreciated their mission that they were on.
Okay, what's their mission?
So they did not do the second fermentation process of malic acid that turns... Malic acid, I guess, I could be butchering this too. Jason's going to have to call in and correct me. Malic acid helps turn some of the wine into lactic acid.
Okay.
Lactose or lactic? Something like that. Mm-hmm. And it helps age the wine a little faster.
Okay.
So they don't agree with that. They don't think wine should be made that way, so they don't do that process. So their wine has to be aged longer.
Yeah, naturally.
Whereas most of the wineries add this second fermentation step in there, and the wine can be sold sooner.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. They're like the wine was good, but the profile was off a little bit or something. I'm not 100% sure what it was. But I liked the idea. I just didn't like their wine.
Gotcha. Okay.
And once again, wine is a taste for everybody has their own tastes.
Yeah.
So take my saying with a grain of salt. I highly suggest you to try places for fun and for yourself because that's half the battle. So the last place we went to was called Polynesian Girl.
Okay.
Yeah. I swear I thought this place was Polynesian Grill.
Oh.
For the longest time, I didn't even think it was a winery.
Okay.
Until somebody told me, I think it was last year. They're like, have you been to Polynesian Girl? And I'm like, the grill?
Yeah,
They're
the
like,
grill?
no, it's a winery. Like, what? And then when we drove past it, I'm like, oh, it doesn't say Polynesian Grill. So we went there, and we loved all their wines. But our deal is we won't join a wine club after the second winery we go to.
Oh.
Because we don't taste. Every wine is great usually at that point, right? You know? So this was our sixth stop, and we even told, we were talking to one of the main server guys, and then the owner, Tatiana, was there, and we were talking to her, and even the assistant said, sorry, I just don't, your wines are fantastic, but I just don't join wineries after the second tasting that I've been to. And even she was like, that's actually a really smart idea.
That's a good rule.
Yeah. Because you just don't know. You don't, you've been tasting so long, all the wines sort of seem to taste the same or blend together, and you're drunk and everything's great. So next time we go, we're going to definitely go back there and check it out.
Okay.
Which will be fun. And that was a really cool, it was a really fun story and history of that winery. Not so much ancient, but more semi-recent. The lady moved from Tahiti and moved to Seattle, and then they worked their way down here some reason, and then they ended up moving in out in the Fairplay area. And the lady was like, I need a hobby. There's a lot of wine around. Why don't I start growing grapes for everybody? Yeah. And then it was sort of one of those things well, I'm growing grapes for everybody. Why don't I start making my own wine?
There you go.
And now has a winery, and her husband does some sort of sales. Okay. Of some sort. And, and she was super nice. It was a fun place. The wine was good. Everybody there was really, really quaint. They had there was a business next door, a restaurant next door that was doing all their pairings. And then they did these small, like little ketchup cups of samples per wine. And there was 6 wines that we were tasting. So we had 6 pairings per wine to go with it. So that was a lot of fun. After that, we went back we stayed in we got an Airbnb, and it was what is it called? I just lost the name. The big storage, it was like a storage container house. Okay. And it was these 2 storage containers, and one of the storage container had a living room and kitchen in it, and then it had a roof over a gap because the storage containers were apart. There was a deck in between, and then the other storage container had 2 bedrooms in it with 2 bathrooms. All right. So it was like a queen bed and bathroom and a queen bed and bathroom. Yeah. And it worked out perfect. I mean, there was 4 of us. We all just kicked it for a while after we did go to dinner at the restaurant next door, hung out there. And by the time we got back, it was 9, but we've been drinking all day. Yeah. And there wasn't a whole lot of motivation to keep going, even though I pulled out a bottle of whiskey and the assistant and I had some sips. But it slowed down pretty fast. We went to bed. Okay. Yeah. I need a drink of whiskey. My throat's getting dry.
There you go.
So good. All right. Sunday came around, and we just went straight to plein air after that. Okay. And there was time change. Yeah. So we woke up early. My friends Sarah and Joe left, and then we had time to kill. So we literally just sat on the couch scrolling and just kicking it, because we were up. You're just up early relative to time, not any earlier than normal. And, we would have been I think we were kicking it right around 9:30, 10, and that's, the winery opens at 11. So it would have been perfect timing all in all, normally, but we had an hour to kill. So we drove down there, got there like 11:05, walked in, talked to the main, the dad or the grandpa or whatever, the gentleman behind the counter owner. And he's like, yeah, I had somebody show up at like 10. I was like, dang it, I wish we would have known that. We would have been here.
Yeah.
He's like, if I'm here, I'll serve you.
Nice.
Like, whatever. They're such nice people.
Yeah.
At Plein Air. You guys are you members there?
I am not, but the in-laws are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We actually haven't explored much of Plymouth and kind of Amador area.
That's usually where we go.
Right. So we need to do a wine tasting trip.
Yeah.
And we'll take you more up to the Fairplay side, and you guys need to take us around the Plymouth, Amador kind of area.
Yep.
But we haven't been to Plein Air since February when we last went. So we had a bit of pickups to do.
Okay.
And the last time we went to Plein Air, it was after we went wine tasting at one place. And so we went there this time kind of like, is this a place that's still good?
Yeah.
Like, we haven't been here in a while. We only had 1 or 2 of their bottles last time, since we've been there. And we did their tasting, and we're like, yep.
It's still good.
Everything's still fantastic.
Yeah.
We're second guessing ourselves, and nope. It's all great wine.
Well, next time I go by Plein Air, I'm just going to say that I'm Jimmy Black.
Yeah.
So
I think it's under James. But
James Black, same thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just pick up your wine for you.
Yep,
okay.
Absolutely. For sure. You can probably get free tastings that way, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was fun. We did that. We picked up, I think we had 9 bottles to pick up there, and then we ended up ordering 3 more.
Okay.
So we got another case there.
Yep.
And then on the way home from there, we went to the Skinner location that's over off of Green Valley Road, which we're members at. They closed the Skinner location up in Fairplay.
Okay.
That one that has the really nice view. Yeah, so we went to the lower one, and we had a pickup there. And I think we pretty much got a case of wine there, too. So we ended up coming home with damn near 5 cases.
Jeez.
Yeah, and so I need to dig the basement.
Yeah. I was going to say, do you guys have a wine rack?
We have a wine fridge.
A wine fridge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like a half. It's like a half size. Yeah, we need a wine rack and probably leave it in the garage.
Yep.
Something like that. Right now it's just now the cases are sitting on top of the wine fridge.
Yeah.
That or we need to get a full fridge.
Yeah.
Or something. Or I need to dig the basement and get a rack down there.
Yeah.
I really want a basement.
That'd be cool.
It would be cool. I need to fix a septic tank first.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of other honeydews that are on that list before I can dig a basement. But maybe one day. We'll see.
Maybe.
Yeah. Anyways, that was the fun of that. And then, I think that was about it. We got the mini assistant and we went home. And then we did, on Sunday night, we did which was actually my birthday. We did a birthday thing with just my family, the assistant and mini assistant.
Okay.
They gave me their presents, and I think I played more Minecraft.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good job.
I got a killer castle going.
Perfect.
Yeah. Never thought I'd like a game so much. You look at it and you're like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
Why would anybody play this? But if I figured it out, and I told you at lunch.
Yeah.
If you were the kind of person that liked building forts as a kid, this is your game. Because now you can build whatever fort you want, any size, whatever direction. Yeah. I've now completely taken over a mountain and built it into a castle.
Nice.
I have just like all these dreams of Lord of the Rings style stuff that I'm just want to build and figure out and design and change colors and stuff. But yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That was my weekend.
Nice.
It was a good birthday weekend. Had a lot of fun. Got to hang out with friends, do some wine tasting, lots of wine tasting. Yeah, I had a blast.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I got to play with Kermit.
Yes, you did.
Finally.
You put your hands on Kermit and
I did.
Charlie.
Yeah. Yep. Kermit and Charlie. So I finally got around to pulling the alternator.
Okay. Yeah.
So I pulled the battery out first because I killed the battery. I charged the battery, put it back in to see if there was still what was going on with the charge and getting everything diagnosed.
And then
Killed it within 48 hours.
Yeah.
So the equivalent of 4 red top batteries were drained in less than 48 hours. So that's a pretty pretty big short circuit going on. So I pulled the alternator, and once I got the alternator out, it's a rattling alternator.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I know what that's like.
Yeah. So your alternator made noises when it spun.
Yours, you just shake it?
Mine's like a maraca.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
So I was like, I'm pretty sure that's not good, and that's probably the source of my issues.
Yeah.
So anyways, I was able to kind of tumble it around. I found a screw that was in there tumbling around, but there's also like 2 or 3 more things tumbling around in there.
Oh, dang.
So it is now packaged up and heading back to Premier to look at, and hopefully they will warranty. And then let's see. I recharged the battery and put it back in the 4Runner and was able to start the 4Runner and move it around. And it started making me think.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, dangerous.
Yeah.
If you have one single battery that's essentially the same amount of power as 4 red top batteries,
Yes.
how long could you run
A vehicle.
a vehicle without having a recharge on it?
Yeah.
And then
That's an interesting thought.
yeah, and then what if I put 300 watts of solar on the top of the vehicle, on the top of the 4Runner?
Yeah. And then could
How
you
long
charge
then could I run it and charge it and everything off of this lithium battery I have in it?
Yeah. That's an interesting thought, but the thing is you're not saving any gas. You're just not putting an alternator in
You
it.
just don't have to rely on an alternator at that point.
Yeah. You have to rely on solar.
You have to rely on solar, which I don't know. I think is
California we can do.
yeah, in California.
Somewhat.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's just kind of made me start thinking of what if?
Yeah, I'm solar powered.
What if I had a solar powered 4Runner? I'm not going to do it, but it just made my brain.
Well,
just
while
started
your
going.
alternator is gone, you might as well try it.
I know, right? Just put the battery back in, start driving around, see how far I get.
Yeah, and then you need to call the secretary. All right, babe, you need to go hook up the trailer. I need to be picked up.
Come over.
That or I'm going to be sitting here for a day till these batteries charge back up.
Yeah. So anyways, that was fun, getting to dig back into Kermit and just getting my hands dirty again for an afternoon
Yeah.
on the vehicle.
It's on. You know, there's some. We always say mountain therapy or nature therapy or, forest love or whatever that any of those sayings are. But there's something about just garage time.
I think there's something with guys about working with our hands and accomplishing something with our own physical bodies.
Yeah,
doing something
our
physical
hands
to
and our brain.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Right. I think there's just
Absolutely.
something to that as a guy, and it's I think there is. So
Yeah.
and it just I was like, yes,
Yeah,
I knew
where
it
I
there.
know the assistant would rather just pay to get something done.
yeah,
Right,
Mhm.
like she's in the point of her life, and we're in the she is in the point of her life. I'm not because I'm a guy. Where she just would like the septic stuff. She'd just like, let's just pay someone and get this thing done. I'm like, why? When I can do it.
yeah, exactly.
It's gonna take my time,
Mm-hmm.
and time is important.
Mm-hmm.
But one, I'm gonna be learning. Two, it's shitty work, but it's still I get to do the work.
Yeah,
But there's just for me, there's a reward to that. It's
Yeah.
like, look, I did this, I solved this, I fixed it, or it's fucked. I need to hire somebody.
yeah,
And at that point, I know what's 100% wrong with it. So I don't know. Maybe there is a difference between men and women that way.
yeah. So along those lines, a few weeks ago, I trimmed the cherry tree in the front yard.
Mm-hmm.
And that was nice. I hung the baby on the front of me and did it, right? It wasn't too bad. Worked out really well. This time I needed to use Charlie to trim the next tree.
Which one's this? The one in the back?
No, the big green one next to the cherry tree in the front yard. It had some branches that were hanging out pretty far over the road. And I know that if I park the truck and the lance under it, the branches run directly into the lance. Like, they're not scraping the top of the lance anymore. They just hit the vehicle, right?
Sure.
They're almost scraping the top of the 4Runner, which is how low they're starting to get.
Okay.
And so I spent 20 minutes just looking at the tree last weekend or during the week or something, being like, that branch really right there that's hanging out is really unnecessary.
Yeah, sure.
It's covered by all the other branches, so I don't know how much sunlight it's getting. It's sticking down into the road. It's a pretty hefty branch. Like, I don't know. And like, we trimmed everything off of the back side of the tree so that it wasn't touching the house.
Yes.
And like, so the front side of the tree has all these big branches hanging off into down low. And I'm kind of like, is it off balance too? It's like,
well, the quote front side of the tree is also south facing.
okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No. Yes.
More or less.
Yes,
south
it is.
facing.
Yeah. South facing.
Yeah. And south facing gets the majority of the sun.
Okay.
And so all your tree will mainly grow that direction also.
Okay.
The least amount of sun happens on north side. That's why like the moss and stuff grows on the north side of the tree. Yeah.
Okay.
But I just want to say, you're starting to be a bonsai person. If you're looking at branches to cut and the way they're moving and stuff, our next club meeting's in like a week or so.
No, I just look at them because I'm like, I get to use a chainsaw.
Yeah, you can use little itty bitty chainsaws.
Are there really itty bitty chainsaws?
They should invent them. For you.
Yeah, I might get into it if there's little itty bitty chainsaws.
All right.
So, anyways, I'm looking at this branch. I'm like, it's not serving any purpose. It's kind of hidden under the other branches. I don't know how much sun it's really getting. And I'd like it out of the road. So I was like, all right, let's grab. But it was also like tucked up in the tree amongst some other branches.
Sure.
So I was like, that's going to be a really hard one to get to with the chainsaw because my front yard isn't level. So it's not like I can just set up a ladder and go.
You're like a little giant.
Yeah. So I ended up finding a way to get that branch out. Which worked just fine. And then while I was sitting there looking at it, I was like, I'd really like the foliage up a lot more. I don't want it down as low as it is. So let's just start cutting anything that I think is lower than 15 feet.
Yeah.
12 to 15 feet. Let's just start chopping them off. And so I only planned on cutting that one branch off. By the time I was done, I had 7 or 8 pretty hefty branches off of the tree.
All right.
And then I went through and bucked them all down to put in the garbage can. And I've got probably about 4 garbage cans worth of tree limbs and everything.
Well, you didn't want to save any of them for your fire pit in the back?
It's all wet stuff. I'd have to dry it all out.
Put it in the corner and let it go for a year.
I don't want.
You don't want to store
I don't
it.
want the wood
All
just
right.
sitting around. Yeah, drying out. I'd rather go up and bring back dried out wood.
All right.
So we did that, which was again a lot of fun. It was fun to get the chainsaw out again and play around with the chainsaw.
Did you have to work on Charlie, or you just got to play with Charlie?
Just got to play with Charlie.
Okay.
Yep. So that was fun.
Which one did you use?
Charlie?
Yeah, I guess which chainsaw is Charlie?
The Echo.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess I should have a different name for the Echo, huh?
Well, yeah,
So
guys, you had the Echo and you had the Polaris.
Pullen. Yeah.
You have green and white.
The Pullen's
Echo's-
black and
the
Echo's
Pullen's black.
orange. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, or white and orange, isn't it? Or is it all orange? It's all orange.
It's all orange. Yeah. It's
What
kind
am I
of like a
thinking,
Husqvarna.
Stihl?
Steels are
Yeah, Stihls.
Steels are white and orange.
I thought the Polans were green.
Some of them are. Mine's black.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, butchered that entire part.
Yeah, that's fine. So anyways, I got to do that. Bucked it all up. Got it in the trash can.
So just an FYI, trees normally kill off the lowest branches, the ones that are shaded by all the upper ones, because at some point they're not getting enough energy from the sun to keep those branches alive, and that's usually why you see the dead branches on the undersides of those trees. So cutting off the branches that are lowest and covered is an easier, faster way for the tree to continue to grow upwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Good to know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I really want it. Well, it's nice to have it growing, I guess, for a shade tree. I don't know if I want it going up much more, though. But
You'd have to get a scissor lift or something and
Yeah.
just cut the top.
yeah. So did all that. Let's see. Halloween, we didn't really have that many trick-or-treaters. We had, I think, 3 groups before the baby went to sleep, and then we put a sign outside with the bowl of candy that said, "Take 2, baby's sleeping. If you wake him up, we'll kill you."
Nice.
So
Yeah. Own guns.
yeah. And so nobody, we got 2 groups after that we caught on our doorbell that got some candy and didn't ring the doorbell or come up to the door or anything. So that was nice. They read the sign and paid attention.
Nice. You are kind of tucked back in the far corner of that.
We are tucked. We're way back at the back end of that whole housing development.
Yeah.
And everybody on my side of the street right there, pretty much all the way down to the corner, I think we're the only ones that does anything.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Nobody decorates on that side of the street. And we didn't notice many other porch lights on that night either. So
interesting.
Yeah, I think next year I really want to make some Jello shots for the adults. So
yeah, if we're at some point, the amenity assistant is going to want to hang out with us, and I want to be that kind of. But we can't do it at my house.
Yeah.
I mean, no. I asked my parents how many trick-or-treaters they got, and they said one. Us.
Oh, you guys?
Like, because we stopped by before we went out so we could just say hi. No other trick-or-treaters.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's like yards between, you know, like 100 yards, if not more, between houses, you know, at that point, if not longer.
Yeah.
You know, quarter mile, you know, it's like, you're not trick-or-treating here.
No.
But everybody goes into town or another city or something. Yeah.
So we did that. I think it was Saturday night. We went out to Drake's Barn. Have you been to Drake's Barn?
Mm-mm.
That's a really cool spot. I've never been there before. I haven't really ever heard of it.
Yeah. Tell me more.
It's essentially a restaurant.
Okay.
An outdoor restaurant.
In a barn?
It's not even in a barn. Like, there's not even really a bar. I mean, there's a barn that you can go to order your food inside, but
Wait, Drake's Bar or barn?
Barn.
Okay.
Drake's Barn.
Got it.
But there's not even really a barn.
Got it.
You go in. You can go in to order your pizza. They do wood-fired pizzas, and then they have a pretty nice little bar as well.
Okay.
In two separate buildings, and the ordering is you're not eating inside. All the tables and everything are outside. So they've got fire pits everywhere.
Cool.
There's like 20 different fire pits you can sit at.
Gas fire pits?
Yep.
Yeah.
Gas fire pits. And then they have propane heat lamps under the other big seating areas. They've got kind of a big, I don't want to say like a beach volleyball spot, but it's kind of like a sandy area to if you wanted sand.
Where
eating.
is this?
It's down by the field, the baseball field in Sacramento.
The River Cats?
Yeah, the River Cats field. Yep.
Okay.
So it's right on the river too.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then they have a huge grass field for kids to play on, and it's apparently like a extremely kid friendly place, and like everybody that was there was families with kids.
Cool.
So there's just kids. It's open. It's an open area, right? And so there's kids running around everywhere. Kids are finding friends and playing with other kids, and the adults are sitting around drinking around fire pits.
Perfect. I like it.
I was like, this is a pretty rad little spot.
Yeah.
So yeah, Drake's Barn. If you guys get the chance, go there for dinner or something sometime.
Yeah, I'll have to check that place out. Sounds good.
Yeah. So we did that, I think, Saturday night, and then Sunday went out to brunch with my grandmother, and that was it. That was my weekend.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good time, too.
It was fun. So that does it, I guess, for Thursday's episode. If you guys have any feedback, want to send us any voicemails, messages, there's the voicemail hotline. It's 916-345-4744. There's also Instagram, emails, I rate 4x4, the Facebook page, lots of different ways to get it out and reach out to us and get in touch. Yeah, anything else?
I don't think so. I think that's about it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Then Jimmy, any final words to wrap this peppy up?
Get ready for a new release on Snail Armor products. Oh, and we got an email back from Duro Bumps.
Oh.
SnailTrail4x4. He sent it to us with a capital S and capital T.
Okay.
Gets you 15% off on Duro Bumps products.
Nice.
Yes, site-wide.
That'll be awesome. So SnailTrail 4x4, capital S, capital T, over at durobumps.com.
Yeah, if it doesn't work with caps, just do it lowercase. We'll see if it works or not.
Sweet.
But, okay. Done.
Cool. And with that, my friends, keep crawling.
got one for you.
Okay.
If you have 13 apples in one hand, 10 oranges in the other, what do you have?
Really big hands.
Jeez. Did you read these beforehand?
I read that one, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm on to your tricks. I know how to figure these out now.
All right.
I just read the first 5 before you come in each day.
Oh, this one's a one-liner, I guess.
Oh.
A boating store was having a big sale on canoes.
That you put sails on canoes?
It was quite the ordeal.
I like mine better.
Yeah.
I didn't think you could put sails on canoes.
You could.
You could, but a big sail?
Yeah, I don't know.
Big sail on a canoe?
I guess.
That's
that
weird.
seems weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.